Hello viewers, welcome to our channel, and today we are going to continue with our series on management, decision and control, and we want to look at these other costing systems. We said there were 7. We've seen target costing and life cycle costing. We've seen the 2 of them, but what we are going to look at, we are going now to look at these other 5 that are remaining. So in this video, we are going to be covering the tier down analysis. We also cover the value analysis or the value engineering, and we also look at the Kaizen costing system. All these are costing systems that we can use to define our cost per unit of a product. Then we shall look at the simulation in the probably in the next video, and we see what we can do. So for those who haven't subscribed, please do subscribe and hit the notification button so that you can be able to get notifications on the videos that we are going to be uploading on the different CPA courses. So without wasting more time, let's try to look at the tier down analysis, or what we call the reverse engineering. So the reverse engineering or the tier down analysis involves examining the competitor's product in order to identify opportunities for product improvement or cost reduction. In other words, the things that we are looking at to achieve when we are doing tier down analysis or is reverse engineering is a cost reduction or improvement in the product. In other words, we are trying to improve in our company products that we are manufacturing. So the competitors, how is this going to be done? The competitor's product is dismantled, identify its functionality and design. We identify its functionality and design to provide insights about the processes that are used and the costs to make the product or to make that same product. So the aim of this is to benchmark the provisional product designs with the designs of the competitor and to incorporate any observable relative advantage of the competitor's approach to the product design. So in tier down analysis, or what we call the reverse engineering, reverse means something that is going, you go backward. In other words, if you have the product, you start going backwards and you start looking at the ingredients which made the product. What happens, how that is done, we find that we look at our own products and we also look at the products of the competitor. And the competitor we are now going to be looking at is that person who is performing better than ours. Or we look at the competitor's product, but the competitor's product should be performing better than our own product. So, and we want to see why the competitor product is better than ours. So the whole idea is that we look at our own company products, we compare those the products of our competitors, that is who is performing better than us, and we look at what makes that product perform better than our own product. It's what we try to do. Therefore, if there is something with the competitor, with the competitor's product, but it's not there within our own products, then we can make sure that we incorporate that function into our own product. If maybe the competitor's products are performing better than ours because there are certain ingredients they add on which we don't have, we make sure that we include those ingredients into our own product so that we can outcompete our very own competitor. So you may find that it may not be among the ingredients or the sum of the functions. If at all, you can look at maybe an example. If let's say you have Techno phones and you have iPhones, you find that what the iPhones are performing, there are certain functions which cannot be performed by the Techno phones. So what you do, you try to incorporate those functions within your product so that you can be able to serve the same customers. So that's what we look at. It's one of the reasons as to why maybe we may say that the competitor's product are going to be performing better than ours. If it is not that, and if let's say it's a price, and probably the competitor's product is doing better because it's doing better than ours because of the price, then we can also change our own price so that it's the same like for the competitor or for the competitor's product. If let's say you find that maybe if Coca-Cola is selling its beverages at maybe at let's say 800 shillings per bottle, and you find that maybe the competitor is Pepsi Cola, but Pepsi Cola is maybe selling their own products at 1,000 shillings. It means that for Pepsi Cola to make sure that they are going to be performing at the same base, they have to make sure that the price are the same. That's why most of the times you find that some of these beverages companies, you find that the price, they are not all that varying. Even if they are varying, but the variance is always very minimal. In other words, they are trying to make sure that at least the only thing that is taking away the customers, it is maybe the customer's desire, because that one the company has no control about them. If the customer wants Coca-Cola and they don't want Pepsi Cola, there is no way you can force them to take what they can't take. But at least the price shouldn't be the cause as to why a certain company is performing better than the other. So if it is price, we make sure that we deal away with it. So tier down analysis normally involves cost reduction, because when we reduce the cost, then it means definitely even the price will go low, because sometimes you may compare your company products with the competitor's product and see that and make sure that you see what you can put in your product, but the competitor has not yet maybe put it in his own products, so that your products can perform better than your competitor. So if what we mean by when we do tier down analysis, we normally try to reduce do a cost reduction, is that we try to look at the company products, and we make sure that we dismantle everything. If let's say it is a car, we make sure that we look at each component that is making up that car, and we make sure we look for all those items, and we compare those items that are within there with the items of our own cars that we are making. So if you see anything that is different from what we have, then we can incorporate that into our product so that we can basically have the same designs in terms of what the product can perform. Because the reason we are doing so, we are trying to benchmark, but we are benchmarking from the competitor who is performing better than us. So in other words, if there is no competitor who is performing better than us, then there is no way we are going to use tier down analysis because we can't have anything to compare our products with. So this is so by dismantling the competitor's product to see all the ingredients that are making that product, we can be able to look at all, even the things that may be the branding part. We see, is it maybe because of the branding, and that's why maybe the packaging and all that is making the customer product to perform better than ours. We look at everything. So this is more, this is not only actually copying everything that the competitor has or what the competitor has done to his or her products, but also we try to see also to see what the competitor has not yet done, so that we can do it and make sure that our products are going to be unique than the competitors. So that's what we call being innovative. You look at the competitor's product, you identify all the ingredients that are made within the product. After doing that, then you also go extra miles and look at some additional features that you can put in to make sure that your product is going to look different from that of the competitor you are copying. So this tier down analysis is not stopping at a point of just copying what the competitor is doing. You have to look ahead and see what other features can I add because when you analyze the product of the competitor, you may look at some of the things that are missing within the competitor's product. And for you, maybe you have them. So you end up bringing what the competitor has, and you make sure you add in your own research to make sure that the product is going to be performing better than the competitors. So we are trying to look to find a way of how we are going to be making our products unique from those of the competitor. So under this, we are saying that if let's say the developers or the production engineers, we can say that maybe these product engineers, they are going to get the competitor's product and make sure they dismantle the product and they analyze everything, all the ingredients. Because what will happen is that most of these analysis is not going to be done by these other people you are seeing. You can't just bring to maybe those competitors' product to the accountant to analyze. There are some things that need technical competence or laboratory preparations, and you find because if let's say they are chemicals, how are you going to be finding out the ingredients that they have used? You get someone who has the technical competence to be able to analyze, and mainly those are the production engineers and production manager and production engineers. They are the ones that are going to be helping us to make sure that they can be able to analyze the competitor's product and they be able to make sure that this product they can they can be able to analyze everything. And that also calls for a employee empowerment. In other words, if at all you have maybe the product developers or the product engineers or the production manager who cannot actually see beyond what these other competitors are doing, then you will find that it will also be hard for you to be able to use the tear down analysis, because for it, you make sure that you find every ingredient that is incorporated in the competitor's product, and you go ahead and add in extra items that if you add in extra things, they are going to make these products look different from the competitor's products. So it calls for employee empowerment, whereby some of these, let's say the production managers or the developers, you can take them maybe for further trainings so that they can be able to see the different varieties of product of that same kind that you are going to be specializing in, so that they can go out there and they learn more according to what maybe they have observed from the competitor's product, and they see what extra item they can add on to make sure that your product look unique. So if that is done, then we are going to get the real people that are going to advise on what to do and what to incorporate in terms of making the decision on which items to do so that you can make your products look unique. Therefore, when benchmarking, we choose someone who does better than us, and maybe their products have something new to learn, and it's internally done. What I mean by doing it internally is that most of these products, when they are producing them, you find that on their packaging, they put the ingredients that are going to be incorporated within the item someone is taking. But what happens is that all these ingredients are not going to be disclosed to the customers, because they don't want other competitors to copy their formulas, and so that they can be able to duplicate these items. That's why you find that on the packaging material, they can put 80% of the ingredients, but they leave out those ingredients that are going to be unique, that if someone gets that ingredient can actually outcompete you, and they start producing the same product. So what they do, they hide out some of the ingredients. You find that if you just copy from the packaging material, you may not get the exact result of the product that they have produced or they are giving their customers to consume. That's why we always need the technical people that are going to do the thorough analysis, and they can be able to guide us and be able to have something that is going to help us achieve better. So that's all we can talk about as it comes to the tier down analysis as one of the costing systems. The other item that we are going to look at is going to be the value engineering or the value analysis. We are going to look at that in our next video, because we don't want to make some of these videos very long, because some of these costing systems, they don't involve calculations. So we want to make them as brief as possible so that we can be able to understand them. But at least we make sure that everything has been talked about that one may need maybe to understand more and more. So thank you for watching. Until we meet again the next video, where we're going to be talking about the value engineering or the value analysis.